Hey y'all, I'm Krystal and welcome back to my Texas garden. Today, we're going to be talking about growing long beans. Now, if you're new around here, welcome. And if you're all about gardening naturally, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to smash the bell icon so you're notified every time I post a new video. Now let's talk about one of my favorite things to grow here in the garden, the long bean. Now there are several different varieties of long beans. This one is a Thai yard long bean, and it's the black bean variety. Now, in my personal experience, I have grown beans that were anywhere from 6 inches all the way up to well over 2 foot long. Now, long beans love heat. They do very well here in our southeast Texas summers. We're just past the heat of the day here, and as you can see, all of our long beans are holding up really well with no wilting. Now, long beans are a pole type bean, and they can grow well over 8 foot tall. Taste-wise, they have a really nice, sweet flavor. I grow long beans almost exclusively here in my garden. I also can long beans. Now, long beans, when you can them, they kind of take a slightly sour aftertaste. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but that's the only thing that's coming to my mind. It's not overly sour like a pickle or anything, but you can definitely taste a hint of sour. However, heating them up with a little bit of bacon, garlic, and onion knocks that flavor right out, and they taste delicious. Long beans are also super prolific. They will continue to give us beans all summer long. Now let me show y'all my long bean plants up close and personal. So here is 2 of my long bean plants right here. And you can see that they're trellised up on an 8 foot trellis. And they're a lot longer than my 8 foot trellis. You can see that the bottom 12 inches or so, there are no leaves or no branches. From the bottom here, we go up about 12 inches, and you can see that we've started seeing some leaves here. And so about another 2 foot up, I really do keep them at a single stem, just like that. And anything from about waist high, I allow the plant to actually grow multiple stems or multiple vines out of the plant. The main branch right here, and the main branch goes up right here, and you can see we have a leaf, and in the armpit right here we've got a place where blooms are going to actually come out of. And also in that same armpit we have another set of leaves that are going to come out and basically make another vine. So here is a bloom set right here, and you can actually see that we've got a bloom here and a bloom here. And right here, back here, are going to be another set of blooms. Let me show you another set of blooms that are a little bit bigger. All right, so there's another set of blooms that are a little bit bigger, and you can also see where the other blooms are going to pop out after those blooms have made beans, just like this one. So we've got 2 little baby beans right there, but what's happening on top is we've got another set of blooms that are going to grow out right there. And before you know it, you've got beans and more beans. Look at that. This is a good 2 foot long right here. Oh, look what I just noticed, y'all. Look what I just noticed. Look what I just noticed. You see that little bloom is falling off the baby, teeny, tiny bean. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. So when is the best time to actually harvest these gorgeous beans? Like I mentioned before, not all of the beans will grow to that 2 foot length. Some of them are actually really short. Like this one, y'all. This bean right here is probably 12 inches long, but this bean is actually ready to harvest. We want to harvest the bean just before the beans inside get too big. This is when it's at its absolute prime and it's ready to harvest. Let's go ahead and take this one. And I just twist it off like this. And there you go. Here's another example right here. This is probably about 18 inches long, and this one is ready to harvest. Again, we've got a nice firm bean. If your bean is mushy, it's too old, it's past its prime, and it won't be as delicious. And so we're just gonna twist this off. Just like that. So what do we do when the top of our long beans reach the top of the trellis? Well, you can just let it go wild, or you can actually top the top of the plants off. Now, long beans, like any other plant, have one mission and one mission only, and that is to produce seed. So when we top off the top of our long bean plants, that gives the plant a signal that something has happened, and we need to send out more suckers, more vines, so we can make more fruit, so we can make more seeds, and we can keep our long bean legacy going long and strong. So I'm gonna climb the ladder, and we're gonna start topping the top of these long bean plants. Now this is a bit of a jumbled mess. I purposely did not prune this because I wanted to show you guys. So we're just gonna come in here and just kind of find a spot that we want to prune back. And you can see we have lots of blooms on this branch right here. So we're going to cut it off just right there. And then we can just prop it up over here like that. And yeah, I have a yellow jacket messing with me right now. Now I just noticed another plant needs to be pruned, so we're gonna walk over here and prune the top of that as well. So the secondary vine, I'm gonna find a place where I want to prune it back, and I'm gonna prune this one back a little bit longer. Pruning it back is really a personal choice. You can prune it as short or as much as you want. And let's re-prop it back up. And we have got basically another vine, a sucker if you will, growing right here. And this sucker, what I'm gonna do is I'm just going to top it off right there, okay? So like I said, it's gonna send a signal to the plant, the head has been chopped off. Send more suckers so we can make more fruit. Okay, so there we are at the top, and we'll come back in a couple of weeks and I'll show you guys how much it has bushed out then. Now, like I said, long beans grow great in the summertime. However, when the weather is a little bit cooler, like in early spring, they really do take a long time to start. If you're looking to start these seeds in early spring, I would definitely recommend about 2 weeks before you're ready to put them outside to start them indoors, under a grow light, in the greenhouse, something like that. Now, long beans will continue all summer long. However, each little bloom branch will only give you 2, maybe 3 sets of blooms. And eventually, the quality and the quantity of your long beans are going to go down. And for that reason, I highly recommend growing these plants kind of in succession. About every 3 to 4 weeks, you can actually start new plants and keep your long bean season going all summer long, right up to your first frost. They don't tolerate the cold at all. Now, long beans are not terribly finicky about the soil. However, if you want to see some amazing production out of these plants, I highly recommend going with the soil that's been amended with some really nice aged compost. Now, when I direct sow my long beans into my garden, I plant them about 3 inches apart, and then I thin them to 6 inches apart. Long beans are great cooked, and they're great raw, and they make an excellent garden snack. For more great gardening videos, go ahead and click right here, and I'll meet y'all over there.